Hey, this is Mike Furchess. Welcome to the first episode of The Movie Guys, and my guest over here is
Joey Stone. Good to see y'all.
Looking at coming to you each week, doing a video show for television, as well as doing a vlog, which will be a little bit different. We'll tell you some about that. But first of all, we want to tell you some about ourselves. We're not going to actually be doing any movie reviews today, but we are going to be talking about movies and talking about ourselves and what our plans and goals are. Joy, tell us something about yourself and what you're looking forward to, what's going to be happening.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of movies and talking about them and getting people out to see them. You know, even if we say we don't like them, I still want somebody to see it. I want feedback. I want someone to tell me why I'm a fool for not liking such movie. But I'm a military brat, former firefighter, just kind of grew up around Georgia, New Mexico, moved to Kansas about 18 years ago. Been an electrician ever since, and got 7 awesome grandkids, 3 good kids.
You don't look old enough to have 7 grandkids.
Well, there's a little secret there, but I'm not going to go into that right now.
So, you talk about seeing movies that people maybe sometimes disagree with. I got one that's going out right now as we film this, The Shape of Water. I got some friends who hated that movie and I loved it, but down the road we'll probably be doing a review about The Shape of Water. But that's how it works sometimes. Sometimes people love what you do and sometimes they kind of hate it.
Right. Well, hey, it's like The Goonies. I know people that absolutely hate it and can't stand it. I know people that have to see it once a month or they go nuts.
Yeah. What is it that got you interested in the movies, you think?
You know, I see the review shows, I see people doing them, I read reviews and everything, and I don't really think that I've got anything different to offer, but maybe I do, you know, because like you said, some of the things that they say they don't like, I do dig.
Yeah.
I mean, we've watched the Oscars for years and years, and we take notes of everything that wins, even some of the things that are nominated. And half the time when I watch the winners, I can't stand the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something here or here.
I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I find out that the movies that I see, it depends on the day and the time I see it. I may see something one time and hate it, but then for whatever reason see it sometime later and enjoy it. And it's kind of hard to say this movie's great or this movie's not great. And I think one thing that you'll find out, at least with this show, we will never, at least I hope that we never demean or devalue people because they like something that we don't. I fully expect that we have moved. What we hope to see happen is that Joy's going to see something that he loves that I hated. And so we'll see that conflict that comes about like you saw on great shows like Siskel and Ebert, some of the other great review shows.
And I think we know how to have a discussion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to jump up and leave.
Well, and that's something that people can learn from in society because it doesn't seem that type of attitude exists anymore at all.
Oh no, and you know we just start calling each other names and
we may do that in the vlog, but not for the TV show. Some about myself. Let's see here. I've been doing movie reviews since about 1981 when I started doing them in college. I had an article called Slip Disc, and initially my reviews were predominantly about music and bands and so forth. And went on to become doing more and more movies. Started actually reading reviews. I've always loved movies, even when I was a little kid. I loved movies. And I know there's some people that don't love movies, they don't like them, and I hear comments like, I ain't going to movies, I can't afford it. Well, then don't watch the show. I hate to say that. If you don't like them, then you probably need to tune over and watch some kind of satire sitcom or something on some other channel. But I've always loved movies. I believe that movies tell a story. I had a professor in college, Beverly Homescog, and she had something that she said, and this was in the early 1980s, that I've never forgotten, that movies have become the most popular form of storytelling on the planet. More people go to movies now than they do read, and it's become a very popular form of storytelling. So I think movies have a lot to say, and I think that sometimes, depending on where we are at as individuals, we may see something very positive that impacts us tremendously. For me, The Prince of Tides, that movie, I hate Barbra Streisand as an actress. I've never really cared much for her as a singer. Don't like her politics at all. But I was watching a baseball game and there was a rain out, and so I'd heard about this movie with Nick Nolte that I loved, written by Pat Conroy, who I loved, filmed in South Carolina where I loved. So I watched this movie and the character, Nick Nolte's character, and that changed my life. So movies can have an impact. So I've been doing reviews, started writing about 1986, 1987, actually 1997, 1996. For a publication that was, it's actually a website called Hollywood Jesus that was among the top 6 movie review sites in the world and among one of the top 1,000 review sites. And we were written about in GQ magazine, Nightline TV show with Ted Koppel did a feature on us. And those reviews they went all over the world. But it started writing, some things I'm kind of proud of in my reviews. What's his name? Steven Spielberg included a quote from me on one of his websites from the movie AI. Johnny Depp quoted me on one of his websites, and George Romero, who I love, the horror writer. And just
Yes, absolutely.
did you see my note yesterday that Wes Studi liked my review
I
of the
did.
new movie Hostiles and shared that review, which was pretty cool because I love Wes Studi. So I've been doing reviews for a long time. I tend to see spiritual things and things of meaning in movies, so I will point those out as well. But I've been a writer, a preacher, a factory worker, a band member, a band manager. I've done about everything, but movies still kind of hold true, and then I love them. So.
Well, I've done just about everything, but I don't know how else to put it, but this right here rings my bell.
Yeah.
Pops my proverbial cherry. You know.
Mine as well, because it's and that's probably something, for the viewers that are watching. Find something you love and go for it. That's what we've done.
Yeah, we have.
We've done that in other segments, and we did a show together called Real People, and that's where I met Joy, and loved doing the show. Robin Lace, Keith Browning were really critical and kind of introducing me to this world to some extent from this side of the camera.
Those were some fun times.
They were fun. They
We're
were
going to make this
interesting.
fun too.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Well,
Check it out.
kind of what happened was we met each other on set for one of the shows.
Yeah.
That was down at Great Plains Television, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it
the
was.
first show.
Down there on, was that Greenwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had never met Joy, and prior to this show, we've never really talked a whole lot, but I felt that we were good on air together, and I liked him, so thought this would be fun to do it. Joy was one of the first people I asked to help out.
Yeah. Mike's a pretty cool cat too.
Yeah, I don't-
Don't
yeah.
let him fool you.
What's your approach going to be?
I don't know, honestly. I'm all over the board. I am civil when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, it does depend upon my attitude when I go in to see it. If something in the beginning just makes me mad, or somebody in the theater makes me mad or distracts me from it, it might change my complete opinion about the movie because maybe I can't get over what just happened.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Are you going to? I don't see myself as a reviewer. I should rephrase that. I don't see myself as a film critic. You often hear the terms critic and reviewer interchanged, and I don't think those are the same things at all, in my opinion.
I think this is going to be more reviews. I don't know enough about making movies or being in them to even critique anything anybody does. I can sure review it and give you my opinion.
Yeah.
And
I'm the same way. There may be some of those types of things as far as lighting and sound that I'll address and talk about, but
dark movies, I like dark movies as far as the thought and the material, but I don't like it when a movie is so dark you almost want to pull your flashlight out so you can see what's going on.
Yeah. Thankfully now we have some technology in today's world where we can see some better qualities in some of the movies. One of my buddies, Leif Yonker, who was originally going to be one of the people on the show, he was going to be one of the guests originally. But Leif does a horror festival in Wichita each year, the October Horror Fest.
Yes.
And that was picked up nationally this year, and they did a 4K resolution, frame-by-frame resolution of The Night of the Living Dead. And I have seen that movie probably more than any movie ever. I can't think of any movie that I've seen more than that movie. But if you watch the old original versions, it's a very dark movie.
Yes.
But the resolution on that was like watching a modern, contemporary, filmed with 4K black and white film. It was spectacular. So some of the new technologies in making movies is amazing at what they can do now.
Yeah, absolutely. CGI, I like it.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't. It's obvious. Sometimes when it's obviously CGI, it's like, oh, come on. We'll lose the realism, draw it.
Well, do you remember the first movie? Do you remember the first movie you saw that you thought, "Wow, I can't believe how far CGI's come"? I remember my first one. To this day, because I'm the same way. I see all the CGI. It's like, this sucks. This is it's clearly so fake. But I remember the first one that I saw that the CGI was so good. I thought I noticed it and I still remember it. What was yours? Do you have one?
I can't recall my favorite right now, but I can tell you that I basically compare the bad ones to Mystery Science 2000, Mystery Science Theater.
That'd be fun to do. Yeah. My first one was The Life of Pi. I don't know if you saw that movie or not.
Yes.
And the CGI, what they did with that tiger, there were times I thought, this is amazing. I mean, it looks like a real tiger. And of course, you see that technology going over to television now.
The green screening was
Yeah.
awesome in that period.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons we're going to be doing what we do with the vlog. For those, again, that don't know, we're going to be doing a vlog in the future. We can go into more detail on some of those types of things, actually do some film clips and show you some things on that. And that'll be airing on a regular basis. We'll put that on YouTube. If you want to know more about the program, you can find us right now at Facebook, www.facebook.com/Wichita Movie Guys, I think is what it is. You hooked up to technology, ever check on that? I think it's Wichita Movie Guys.
I do believe that is absolutely what it is.
Facebook.com/Wichita Movie Guys. CGI, talk about CGI though. Another one that I saw in 3D was the new and the latest Jungle Book. Did you see that one?
I have not seen the revamp of that.
It was amazing. I mean, what they do with the characters in there, they look like real bears, real lions. Again, most of that's filmed on set, so they're not really in a jungle, but again, amazing technology. So what we're seeing take place.
Yeah, if I can remember right, the first 3D movie I ever saw was either Piranha 3D or Jaws 3 in 3D.
Yeah.
And well, I'm not going to go there right now.
My first 3D was the Creature from the Black Lagoon 3D. Our producer over here, Gabe Moore, he's going to be going to see The Shape of Water this evening. We'll be talking about more about that movie next week as well. Hey, we're about out of time for the first segment before we go to commercial break. A couple of things I want to do. I want to remind you that you can check us out again at facebook.com/Wichita Movie Guys. I'll also be looking for the vlog. If you go to that page, we'll be announcing when the vlog is running. We'll have our first vlog running real soon. Probably by the time you see this on television, that vlog will have run. I'm just a regular guy that understands the value of a buck. I've had to work hard jobs. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Was it worth the $10 or the $7 that I saw? So we'll be taking a break. Coming right back to you here. Again, you're watching The Movie Guys with Mike Purchase and
Joey Stone.
And Joey Stone back with you with The Movie Guys. This segment we're going to be talking about pet peeves, but before we do that, we've got a couple of cinnamon rolls that was provided to us by the Magic Whisk here in Wichita. You can find them at Facebook. Again, that's the Magic Whisk. Emily Scheidler runs that. And cookies, cakes, it's pretty. I got my birthday cake from there this year. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. So checking out the Magic Whisk here in Wichita. This segment, though, we're going to be talking about pet peeves. Seems like we've done this before, don't it?
I'll bet we have. Yeah. I bet we'll talk about it a lot more.
Yeah. I think I've heard you say before, that's something we could probably do 2 shows.
At least.
Your pet peeves, what's one of them? We'll take turns this time. We'll get that settled down.
All right.
What's one of your pet peeves?
Well, there's always that guy in the movie. Whether it's a horror flick or a hero movie or something, there's that one thing that's coming up, and he always has to be the one to tell everybody, "Hey, check this! Look, check this out! Watch!
They're gonna jump out from around the corner."
Man, you've already seen the movie. I mean, come on, man. The worst spoiler is the one when somebody
I hate it.
trips you up. Yeah.
We have to watch our language, and we can go into detail. As I said before, I think the English language is too limited to not use the words that best fit the situation.
And there are definitely words that have very many different meanings. And some inflection.
And some of them we cannot use on network television.
No, we're a smaller operation. We don't have enough to take care of the FCC.
So in the vlogs, though, we'll probably be a little bit more expressive. You might be able to say a little more free. I hate it too. I hate it when people shut your mouth. If you're there, if someone is with you in a room and you're watching a movie and you're with someone that has not seen the movie,